Richard, I saw a boiler in our dumpster, which
Yes.
I guess answers our question as to whether or not we were going to reuse the one that was here.
Say goodbye.
We're not.
We went round and round with this thing. It was about a 25-year-old, 80% efficient boiler.
Yeah.
Now we're going to try to tie onto it. We get some radiant red in the kitchen and the upstairs. We started looking at it and said, and all the piping all around it all looked like this, all sort of helter-skelter. By the time we cleaned it up and modified it, it made more sense to make it go away and start again.
And we're going to get something much more efficient.
That's right. We're going to go with a modern condensing boiler.
Okay.
It started with us by getting rid of all this piping and really starting with a clean canvas right here.
So I know you design it on paper, but once you have a canvas right here in front of you, are you redesigning it? Are you fine-tuning it now in terms of, say, location?
You start with what's in your mind's eye, and then it really starts with the big pieces. So here is our new condensing boiler. Now our old boiler sat on the floor right here. It was not that efficient. It was really married to being close to the chimney. The new one's so efficient that it could really vent anywhere. It could be anywhere in the building. Thanks,
How
guys.
efficient
Thanks,
are
guys.
we talking?
This thing's 96% efficient. So
Right.
what's left is there's hardly any temperature in the flue gas. So now you could vent this thing out through the front of the building,
Sure.
out through this side. This boiler could be anywhere. But when you do vent through the side of the building, you've got nothing but a little plume of smoke. It's like a little dryer vent all the time. What we're going to do is actually run this exhaust up into the existing chimney chase where the old boiler used to be.
Right. I mean, I saw them actually snaking a stainless steel flue
That's right.
up to the roof,
Right.
down the chimney.
And nothing beats getting the flue products up and away. You don't see it, you don't hear it, you don't smell it.
Okay,
all right?
so that actually causes us to be pushed back again into
That's
this
right.
corner
Right.
because we do want to
Right.
use the chimney.
So here's the root of our tree right here. We're going to have a fuel supply coming to it. Here's our exhaust.
Yeah.
Now we're going to think from that tree, we have to get the branches or the distribution out to the building. So now that's going to require some parts and pieces that we're going to mount right here. Give me a hand. This is not all of them. So we're going to take all these pieces and put them up on the wall right here. And you know what? We could stick them up on the wall, pipe them together, and no matter how they look, it would probably work.
Because everything's under pressure,
That's
right?
But professional heating installation also wants to include the art of logic. It wants to make it so that somebody could walk in here, you, me, or any homeowner could look at it and say, I get it, and what's going on here. So it starts with this. Between the boiler and all the distribution is this. It's a low-loss header. It's also really a filter.
Okay, now filter I get. Low
All right,
loss header,
right.
not
So
so
what
much.
happens is there's a pump here and the water comes into here. Now there's another pump over here. So now inside here, if there's any dirt, it settles down to the bottom where it can be drained.
Yep.
If there's any air, it settles to the top. So that means you're going to protect both the distribution side and the boiler.
So it makes sense to me that something that is basically a filter is at the head of the line.
That's right.
Okay.
So now from that, we're going to come out of here, and now we're going to have a horizontal pipe going right here. Well, the first thing we're going to think about is the baseboard in the building. So we've got 4 zones of baseboard. There's going to be a circulator pump like this. This is a super smart pump, saves energy. We're going to have zone valves right above it that are going to go to each of the individual zones. The thermostat will talk to it.
Yeah.
The most important thing on this is right here. Proper installation requires or invites having shut-off valves on both sides of any circulator pump.
Right.
You wouldn't believe the number of times you walk into a beautiful heating system and there's no way you can service that without draining the whole heating system.
Okay, so the second piece is a pump to move the water
That's
around.
right. And that goes out to here. Now we're going to continue over here. Now we've got a lot of radiant in the building.
These are basically the branches that we're now pushing the
That's
water
right.
through.
So this is a header right here that'll mount on the wall. And look at how logical it is. It really is a junction point this is a sample of the PEX tubing right here that goes out to one zone. So supply, return.
This is perfect logic to me, right? One
That's right.
zone.
That's right.
Supply, return, supply,
That's
return,
right.
supply, return.
So you look right here, you can see the temperature going out, the temperature coming back. You can see the exact flow rate going through each loop, so you can fine tune it. And you can add a zone valve right here, so every single room and zone can have its own temperature.
So when I come down to my basement and I see this, I'm going to understand filter,
That's right.
pump,
Right.
branches.
If you understand it, it means it was done well.
Nice.
All right. The last thing we're going to do, we've got heating right here. We also have to make hot water. So this is an indirect tank right here. There's a stainless steel tank, and inside of it is a coil that's filled with boiler water. Let me just get that right here.
So that's the final location,
Right.
the logical place
Perfect.
for it?
So we got water right here, the coil right here. The boiler comes on, goes through that coil, heats up the water. When it's satisfied, that boiler shuts off.
All the pieces
That's
and
right.
parts.
So now we end up with our bookends. Boiler, water heater right here. In the middle should be a perfectly logical heating system that even you could figure out.
Oh, you want me to come back when it's all
There'll
set up
be a
and take the
test.
test?
There'll be a test.
All right, Richard, I'm up for it.
All right,
Thank you.
Be good.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.